What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Eurythmics, and we're back to start a new album, 1986, Revenge. It's an album I've heard about indirectly in the sense that when I began the Eurythmics deep dive, I was going through the couple CDs that I had purchased, which was for Sweet Dreams and Touch, and then ultimately, we've gone back a little bit to The Tourist, which, again, I still plan on going back and going through the rest of that material. It's been on a hiatus for a while now, but ultimately, again, I ended up getting the Savage album because Izzy had talked to me about the way that album represented a return to a more synth-heavy sound, not unlike the material that's on Touch and Sweet Dreams, but he pointed out it was with new hardware, and so it was a return to a synth sound, but not quite what they had done before. And so, by implication, it seemed to suggest that at least the previous album before that had been more, say, like in a pop rock vein, at the very least less synth-heavy. So Revenge, again, it's an album that I've heard about in comparison with other albums of theirs from the 80s, but it's nice to now have gone through not only, In the Garden, but also the two albums that I did have on CD. Now we've gone through the Big Brother album. Someone was just commenting the other day about like how highly they regard that album and how it's very underappreciated, and I know a couple other people made comments to similar effect as we were going through it. And then Be Yourself Tonight, again, more of a pop rock sound, but still with some, synth electronic sounds, and still with dynamic production and real awesome use of Annie's, nearly unparalleled vocals. So I've enjoyed the progression, but in a way I've been looking forward to this album in part because I've heard about it, like I said, sort of by implication. So in any case, the first track on Revenge 1986 is Missionary Man. So it makes me think of someone who is on a mission, whether that be for overt religious proselytizing or for the execution of some more, say, secular mission, but ultimately, it's someone who is out to try to convince people in the world to join the movement, to follow the cause, to donate to it, to believe certain things. Because I feel like there's some people in the comments who may, mention this, it feels like there's also a more late-night interpretation of the title. I severely doubt that will be relevant. I guess we'll find out. This is Eurythmics' Missionary Man, the first track on the album Revenge, 1986. Listen to this lush soundscape. know if I heard that. I was born in original sin. I was born from original sin. Whatever the double line was, that line, that part felt familiar. So maybe I heard that just flash on a radio at some point. But the rest of the song wasn't particularly familiar. So if I did hear that, I probably only heard part of that chorus, or I guess it's like the lead-in. It's not even like, not even sure. Sometimes it's like, is that the pre-chorus? Is that actually the chorus? I've learned a lot about like song parts and composition just through the very erudite and scholarly comments that people have left in a number of different deep dives. But either way, a really cool tune. Again, it's different from stuff before this, but it's still dynamic production. It's still the incredibly well-crafted and multifaceted use of Annie's vocal talents. So yeah, bottom line, it feels like a continued evolution and trajectory. But it's funny because, again, I am aware that the album Savage, which I've already gone through, and which certainly does have multiple tracks with a very like synth heavy feel. It's just interesting to think about these things in time. So bottom line, shout out to all the people who've shared Eurythmics, and ultimately those who've commented on the previous videos. And again, I'm remembering that it was one of the earlier deep dives. Again, I think Depeche Mode, Duran, maybe Tears for Fears, and a couple others had come first, but it is one that's been going a while now, and there's some of you who continue to comment, for now, like over a year it feels like. So big shout out to all of you. Let me know what you think of this track. I will see you next time. Peace.